Next, an editorial reflecting the views of the United States government.
Azeri-Iranian prisoner Abbas Lesani continues his hunger strike at Iran's ADAPP prison. The strike began January 1st to protest the harassment of his family by Iranian authorities and the refusal of prison officials to grant him short-term leave, which is commonly given to Iranian prisoners. Since January 18th, Mr. Lesani has reportedly been held in solitary confinement in an unheated cell in a region where temperatures can drop to minus 10 degrees centigrade. Mr. Lesani's defense lawyer, Mohammad Reza Fagili, director of the Committee for Protection of Prisoners, says he fears for his client's health. And according to the human rights group Amnesty International, Abbas Lesani is said to suffer from stomach and kidney problems and pain in his ribs, which is allegedly a consequence of torture inflicted during previous periods of detention. Arrested in June for taking part in a demonstration by Azeri-Iranians in Ardabil, Mr. Lesani was detained until his release on bail in September. During his pretrial detention, he conducted a hunger strike that reportedly lasted 58 days. He was sentenced to a year and a half in prison and 50 lashes for what Iranian authorities called spreading anti-government propaganda. Fakta Zamani, head of the Association for Defense of Azerbaijani Political Prisoners, says activists who speak out for the rights of Iran's Azerbaijani minority face repression.
The Iranian regime has imprisoned cultural, linguistic activists who are trying to raise awareness about one of the most basic and fundamental rights of them as a people. Human rights activists, journalists, writers have become victims of secret police etilat. These activists are imprisoned or constantly harassed.
In its latest human rights report, the U.S. State Department says Azeri Iranians report ethnic and linguistic discrimination, including banning Azeri language in schools, harassing Azeri activists or organizations, and the jailing of a number of people for advocating cultural and language rights for Iranian Azerbaijanis. The U.S. has called on the government of Iran to respect the rights of all Iranians and release those imprisoned for attempting to exercise those rights.
That was an editorial reflecting the views of the United States government.